And this is the thing, guys. You have to realize people don't care to give you a job. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to give you a job. Let's just put it that way. You know, you could be on the Centrelink allowance or the government payments, okay? And not one of those people are going to approach you to give you a job. Do you understand? Not one of them are going to search for a job for you. They're going to do nothing for you. Yes, and they're not going to come to your house to help you find a job. And they're not going to direct you nor guide you on how to find a job. You understand? They're not going to do anything for you. And they got nothing planned for you. Do you understand? They got nothing in store for you in life. And what they have in store for you is to work for them for a measly pay. You understand? For something very small that you can barely survive on. That's what they got planned for you. Do you understand? They got planned for you something like $18 an hour, you know, and you get 2 shifts a week. You know, so you work 4 hours a day for 2 shifts a week, you know, and you make $100 in the whole week. That's what they got planned for you. You understand? They got nothing planned for you guys. Believe me. You understand? So you have to realize that you have to start doing something on social media. You have to start posting a lot of content online, growing yourself in the process, and making your own dreams come true. Because other people are not going to make your dreams come true. You understand? They're not going to do anything to support you. They're not going to do anything to grow you. They're not going to do anything to help you. You need to help yourself. You need to employ yourself. You need to start working. You need to have a job. You need to have something that you do, like your passions or something that you are interested about. And you need to do that on social media every single day of your life. You know, for me, it's writing quotes. For me, it's posting videos, posting images of myself, branding myself, basically, putting my name on it, creating something like music, videos, life coaching videos, courses. You know, that's what I do. You know, that's my business. You know, creating information and selling it online. And making money from it, and eventually doing it in real life in front of people. You know, that's my dream, you know, to do what I do in terms of music production and DJing and live coaching, and do that in front of people. You know, I want to get to that point in my life. You know, I want to be financially free in a way that I can now start doing it in front of people, and people are going to listen to me, and people are going to give me more money for my services because I got expertise in something. I'm at the top of my field. You know, I'm getting there slowly. I'm building every single day. I'm posting information online. I'm building this whole information funnel about Danny Milivojevic. You know, regardless of who's listening, regardless of if anyone's listening, you know, I'm listening. You know, I have something to do with my life, and people talk shit. Oh, they're very busy. Yeah, very busy. They're playing pokies machines, okay, on their phone. That's how busy they are with their job. You know, playing pokies machines on their phone. They're very busy. You know, they're just full of lies. You know, they lie too much. You know, they lie a lot. And you have to realize that people talk a lot of shit. They talk shit about you. They talk about you behind your back. They lie to each other about you. You understand? And they're going to do nothing for you. You understand? And you have to realize that you have to get to a stage in your life where you're the boss, where you're making the shots, where you're employing people, where you're creating your own jobs for other people, where you are an entrepreneur. You are something in this world. You are growing yourself, you're growing your content, you're growing your information, you're building this dream of you in life. You know, that's where you need to get to. You need to get to the point where you're going deeply inside of yourself for the answers to your life. You're unlocking your true potential. You're unlocking your ability. You're helping people in the process. You're posting information online. You're trying to expand your business. You're trying to scale your business. And you're trying to have this information about you online. And it's just rotating in the world, and people are coming to you for ideas. And it's happening online with me too right now. You know, people are coming to my channel for ideas because they see that my quotes and my information does ring a bell. You know, it does help in some kind of way. So that's why having your channel online is very important. You know, in 2004, I had a Facebook. I had MSN back then. And I had also a MySpace. And I used to put which one of my friends from the top 16 are numbered in order from 1 to 16. And I would put my best friend as number 1. And then my second best friend as number 2. I used to do that back then. You know, back in high school. Back in primary school. That was a thing. You know. And we would go on each other's Bebos. And we would see whose friends are at the top of their list. Like who is their best friend and stuff like that. You know. And you have to realize that you have to make an information business, okay? You have to make an information business, and you eventually have to sell your business. You have to sell your business to other people. You have to sell your story. You have to sell your content. You have to sell yourself to those people you meet in daily life. You have to sell yourself to a woman. You have to sell yourself for whatever it is. You have to sell yourself. You understand? You have to sell your content and your life to make money. You have to sell your time. You understand? So you need to realize you need to have more value that you can pack in one go toward other people. In terms of you have to have a value. You have to have a lot of value. You have to be solving problems and bunching it up all together into one online storage or one folder that people can download from you. And people will give you money for that content. And you're making sales online. You're doing everything you can, you know, because you're doing paid advertising and everything. But you need to get to that point. You know, you have to make content to sell on the internet. You know, you have to do that for yourself eventually, because that's the dream come true, to start making money online, isn't it? Isn't that everyone's dream, to make money online while they sleep? You know, it's totally possible. It's possible to do it. But you need to paid advertise, and you need to do ClickFunnels anyway to make events around people. You understand? Regardless of if you're making money online or not, you still need to do paid advertising, and you still need a ClickFunnels or a landing page in order to get people to your event. You understand? You still need to do that, regardless of if you're making money online or not. I promise you, although, you will make money online when you set your mind to it. And don't wait for other people to do it for you, because they're never going to do it for you. You need to study ClickFunnels. You need to study what you need to do for your life. And you need to start doing it as soon as possible. You understand? You need a lot of time in your life to make your dreams come true. You know? And these days, you have to realize, I played poker last night. Hey, I made good folds. Yeah. I made good folds. And I played some hands. I never won a pot last night. I didn't win a pot. Do you know why? Because I was playing very tight and I was waiting for my cards. And those situations where I folded, I had to fold. And I can fold in those situations. And those cards that I did play, I didn't hit anything. You understand? And the cards were just not going my way that night. You understand? I didn't have any luck at all at poker last night. But I gave $5 to play. $5. So you have to realize, but also I want to say that the point is that for the first time in my life, I know, like, it's like I see that I did nothing wrong in terms of the poker game that I played. And I don't feel upset. For the first time, I don't feel upset after 16 years of playing poker. I don't feel upset that I lost. You know, for 16 years, I've been playing poker and I've lost many times. And each time I lost in poker, guess what happened? I felt upset about my game. Or I felt upset that I didn't win. You know what I'm saying? Now, I no longer feel upset when I lose a game of poker. As long as I played the best way. You understand? And what I do now on the table is my pen is my trademark, because for me, it's about deciphering the game and also looking at the players, talking to the people on the table, having a good time in the process, having a good poker game, and basically helping myself to get to that level that I need to be at. You understand? But that's the whole game, isn't it? That's the whole life thing. Why do I play poker? I play poker because, let's say I don't play poker, then I'll just be at home. I'll be at home, and do you know how it feels when you're at home for 48 hours, 50 hours at home, behind closed doors and not in front of people and not with people, and you're just staring at screens for 48 hours? Do you know how, what's it called? Do you know how dull life gets? Or daunting, to say. It gets so daunting when you're in your house 24/7 and you don't go out anywhere. And the people who don't play poker, they'll be saying, "Oh, don't play poker." You know, they'll be saying, "Don't play poker." You know, poker's gambling. That's what they'll say. But you have to realize poker is never a gamble, because you're always experiencing people. You're always in front of people. You're playing with money, okay, but you're experiencing life. You know, you're having an experience. You know, I've been playing poker for 16 years, and I've won a lot of times and I've lost a lot of times. You know, but for the first time now, I'm at a new level in poker, man. I'm at a new level. I'm much better now. You know, each fold I make, I know why I made that fold. And each call I make, I know why I made the call. Like, I know nothing, okay? But you have to realize I can see what I'm doing on the poker table. I can see how the players play. They either play loosely, tight, or conservative. You understand? They either play loosely, tightly, or aggressive. You understand? So you have to realize that with loose players, you got to play tight. You have to play tight with loose players. With tight players, you got to play tight. With aggressive players, you still got to play tight. So poker games, you got to play tight no matter what. Never play loose. Never play all aggressive. Yeah? Play tight all the time. That's the best way to play poker. And that's the best tip I can give you in 16 years that I've been playing poker. Play tight all the time. You know, fold, even if it's for one blind raise. Fold. because you can fold. You can fold at any time of the game. You can call a raise anytime you want, and you can raise whenever you want. But always make sure that the odds are in your favor in the hand. You understand? But this means, I want to say, when the odds are in your favor, that's when you must raise. And when the odds are not in your favor, that's when you must check. But never check the river. Never ever check the river. When you raise pre-flop, raise on the flop, raise on the turn, and raise on the river. When you call pre-flop, check the flop, check the turn, and then raise the river. You understand? That's how it is. Or, let's say you call the flop, then you hit on the flop, you can raise the flop, and then you have to raise the turn, and then you have to raise the river. Or you call on the flop, you call pre-flop, and then you see a flop, and then you check, and then everyone checks, and then the turn card comes, and then you can raise again. You can raise on the turn, and then raise the river. You can raise at any time. You can call at any time, but never call the river. Never call a person on the river. Do you understand? So you can raise at any time. Okay? You can raise at any time. But never go all in on the bluff. You understand? Never go all in on the bluff. You can raise at any time, but you must not. You can raise at any time. You can call at any time, but never call the river. But you can raise the river. You understand? So this is how I play poker. Let's say you raise, I can re-raise you, or I can call you, or I can fold. Let's say I call you, okay? Now I'm obligated on the flop to check, okay? Because you're the initial raiser. Then I see what you do. Let's say you check, then I can raise the turn. Or I can check the turn. Or let's say you raise the flop, again, after you raise pre-flop, I can decide to call you and raise you on the river. So that's a poker game, what's this got to do with life skills and everything? It's all life coaching, It's all life coaching. I give a little bit of everything in my programs, everything that I'm doing, but basically and personally. So you have to realize that I wish and I dream of that people would, for example, look at my content and I have all this engagement and I'm really impacting the world and everything. But I'm already doing that. I'm already impacting who I need to impact in life. I'm already impacting those people that do follow me. And I'm impacting, and I did impact the world in some kind of way. My social media is proof of that. The guy's got a restaurant and he doesn't have a blue check mark to his name. And she's going for a person that doesn't have a blue check mark to his name. I got a blue check mark, but I'm single and no woman wants me. I did all this kind of stuff and all this kind of content online I gave for free. All this content online, And not one woman decides to even say, hey, Danny, let me take you out for a drink. Not one woman cares about even saying that to me, But that's all right, I'm not cut, I never want to be cut again, I want to live my life. I want to go my own roads in life. I want to enjoy my life and I want to have fun in the process. Tonight there's a 120 game. It's like they say it's a high roller game. But basically, you have to realize that this game tonight is good structure. And it's a good game. Oh, it's a good game. All the blind levels, everything. And I'm feeling keen tonight. Do you know why? Because I get to air right on the table. I don't get to just play poker. I get to air eye and look at every aspect of the game tonight with people in front of me. And I get to air eye. I get to talk to people around me. I get to analyze the game. And let's say I lose. I will not be upset because depending on how I play, I have a new structure, okay? And I won't lose tonight, But you never know, I'm just going to have a good game. Yeah, I'm going to have a good game. $120 for buying. That's all I'm giving tonight, for the game. I'm not going to rebuy. I'm just going to play one road. I'm going to give my best. That's what we're all about. People are, each person can educate someone, Each person can make a profile about themselves and make all this information. But the world is not going to go through all your content. In terms of one person is not going to go through all your content. But the world eventually sees your content overall. Let's say 10,000 people can get one quote each from you and all different quotes. Or let's say 1 million people can see one piece of your content, or the whole world can see like one little piece of your content, and you've impacted the world in some kind of way, That's all I'm saying. That's all you can do with your channel, and you can do more and more, For poker, I no longer get confused. Like, I no longer get confused when to push all in, when not to push all in, when to raise, when not to raise, what cards to play, what not to play, or what cards not to play, when to call and when not to call, when to bluff and when not to bluff. I don't get confused on these things anymore, Like, I can play any two cards at any time. You understand? But I always play tight, I always raise the river, and I never shove all in on a bluff. You understand? And when I raise, I have to follow up the raise all the way. You understand? I have to raise all the way when I raise pre-flop. But when I call, I must check it to the river and raise the river. You understand? I must become a mixer in the pot. And a mixer is someone who raises when they see the board. A mixer always wins the pot. But the aggressor will win always much more than the mixer. An aggressor is someone who raises pre-flop. A mixer never raises pre-flop. An aggressor raises pre-flop. You understand? A mixer raises only when they see the flop. But let's say there's an aggressor and a mixer in the pot. The aggressor always wins because the aggressor raised pre-flop. You understand? But let's say there's caller limpers, people who call pre-flop. Let's say they call all the way, they lose. But let's say a caller limper can become a mixer anytime in the pot once they've seen the board. And a mixer will always win against a caller limper. So caller limpers are the ones giving chips away. Mixers are the ones winning the pot when they see a flop or when they see the turn of river. And the aggressor always wins the most in the poker game. You understand? That's what it is. But a caller limper can always become a mixer. But a mixer can never become an aggressor. An aggressor must stay as an aggressor. You understand? So once you raise pre-flop, you must raise all the way. You understand? When you become a mixer, you can raise the flop, or the turn, or the river. But a caller limper never raises. They check it down. They check and give free cards away, all this kind of stuff, And a caller limper never raises. You know, say a caller limper will never raise, a mixer raises, and an aggressor raises pre-flop. You understand? So always play tight, never push all in on a bluff. Always push when you got something. You understand? And know when to fold, you know. Also, I want to say, sometimes you could be in the pot, someone raises you, and you re-raise and they just call. You know. And then you see a turn card, but you fold. Let's say you fold in this situation. It's a good move to fold even though you re-raise someone. You understand? It's a good idea to fold even though you re-raise someone and you've seen the next card but you're first to act and you fold. You understand? But always be careful. You understand? When there's no draws. You understand? When there's no draws on the flop and you shove all in. You understand? When you shove all in and there's no draws on the flop and you got something, make sure it's the nuts. You understand? That's all I'm saying, you know. But let's say there's no draws on the flop. Make sure you understand. Never shove. Never shove all in when there's no draws on the flop. But during the game of poker, there'll always be some kind of draw. You know, saying there'll always be some kind of draw on the flop. I mean, on the board, on 5 cards. You understand? And now realize this. You must never shove all in when there's no draws. You know? Because let's say you do shove all in when there's no draws, then the person with the top nuts can beat you. You know? And that's it. But let's say you raise pre-flop, everyone calls you, and then you see a flop and you shove. Make sure there's a draw on the flop. It can be a straight draw or it can be a flush draw. You know, because people will chase. But when there's no draw on the flop, okay, make sure you pay attention, okay? Like, when I say draw, make sure there's a straight draw or a flush draw on the flop when you shove all in on the flop. But when there's no draw, do not shove all in. You understand? That's all I'm saying. Do not shove all in when there's no draw. Like a straight draw or flush draw. That's it. And you can do this anywhere on the board. When there's a straight draw, flush draw on the 5 cards, okay, make sure you understand. On the turn. When there's a straight draw and a flush draw on the turn or the flop, you can shove all in. But let's say there's no draw, there's no straight draw, there's no flush draw or anything. Do not shove all in. Do you understand? That's my take on that. You know, so that's the best idea. And when you shove all in, make sure you got the nuts. But when you shove all in, make sure you got the nuts and that there is a straight draw or a flush draw on the board that they can chase. That's all I'm saying. So there was a situation recently where I had Jack 8. There was a flush draw there. There was ace and a jack. The turn card came, there was a king. There's a straight draw and a flush draw there. I shoved all in, but the guy called me and he had a better hand than me. Why did I shove all in? Because he raised the flop. I re-raised him. He only called me. He only called me, guys. He didn't re-raise his higher 2 pair than mine. You know, so I thought I was really good. Yeah. But that wasn't the case. And did I make a bad mistake? No. I did not make a bad mistake. You reckon I didn't? No, I didn't. Because the way poker is, if they do not re-raise you once they've re-raised, okay, or just pay attention to when they raise. Let's say, for example, did that guy re-raise? Did that guy raise pre-flop? Did he raise pre-flop? Now, that's something that I probably didn't see. You know? So what happened was, there was a raise pre-flop. He raised, okay? He was the raiser pre-flop. You understand? He raised pre-flop. This other guy called. I called. The flop I hit 2 pair. Okay, he initially raised, listen. He initially raised on the flop. He raised on the flop. You understand? This guy called, I re-raised. Now, can I re-raise him? Yes, I can totally re-raise him. But what confused me was when he called me and he didn't re-raise. You understand? So what I should have known is that he's the aggressor. Okay? He is the aggressor pre-flop. And when I shoved, there was ace, jack, and king there. But he raised pre-flop, so I should have put him on higher 2 pair in that scenario. You understand? I should have put him on higher 2 pair, but I shoved because he checked the turn. You understand? Now, what could I have done? What could I have done in this situation? Now, doesn't matter if an aggressor calls you your re-raise on the flop. Doesn't matter. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't matter, actually. It doesn't matter, okay? When an aggressor who raised pre-flop calls your re-raise on the flop, you have to realize you're the mixer in this situation, but he's the aggressor. You understand? And mixers will never win against a pre-flop raise. You understand? A mixer, no matter where in the hand, okay, even when they shove all in, never wins against an aggressor who raised pre-flop. That's why I got out. You understand? That's why I shoved all in. You understand? To win the pot, but he was the aggressor, that's why he called me. So an aggressor can still call you, listen, aggressor can still call your re-raise and slow play. You understand? That's what you need to understand. That's where I made a mistake. That's why I'm understanding this now. I need to know when I play a pot, I need to know who raised pre-flop. Because let's say I become a mixer anywhere in the stage, okay, in the hand. And the aggressor's over there, still in the hand. I know he's my arch nemesis. You understand? Because you have to realize the person who raises pre-flop has the best chance of winning the pot. Always. At any stage of the pot, no matter how they play. You understand? So that's what I've learned now in this program. Now I've learned that, you know. And now I know never to shove all in, never shove all in when the aggressor is in the hand. No matter what. You understand? When the aggressor's in the hand, listen to me. When the aggressor's in the hand and you're the mixer, fold. Just fold. You understand? Because you could have a really good hand. You could have 2-pair on the flop, but the other guy's got a higher 2-pair or a set. Or he hit a straight or something. Do you understand me? Believe me. Now I understand. I'll never get it out. I'll never get it out again. Because every single time I'm gonna ask in the hand when I play poker, who raised pre-flop? And let's say that guy raised pre-flop and he's still in the hand and I'm the mixer now. I know I'm behind. Do you understand? Because the aggressor who raises pre-flop, listen to me, the aggressor will always stay in the hand to the river. And the aggressor will call you all in. Do you understand me? The aggressor always calls people all in. Do you understand? And now there's a situation here where there's only one aggressor in the pot. There's only one person who's the aggressor in the pot. And whoever's the aggressor has the best chance of winning. Even when they're behind. You understand? Because that's the case. Let's say you raise, I re-raise, you re-raise, I shove all in. Because I shoved all in, I'm the aggressor now. And let's say you call me, you're the mixer or the caller limper. You understand? But which one do you think he is? He's actually a caller limper. Because he called my all in. Do you understand? That's what he is. Even though he raised pre-flop. You understand? Is that true though? Yes. Because I'm the aggressor. Okay? And either way, I need to be the aggressor in the hand to win. You understand? So it doesn't matter what he is, as long as I'm the aggressor. And it doesn't matter what he is, if not a aggressor. I promise you, listen, he could be an aggressor. And let's say he is aggressor, he wins the pot. But let's say I'm the mixer versus a lot of caller limpers. I win the pot because I'm the mixer. Caller limpers against caller limpers, they check it down to see the hand, who wins. You know what I'm saying? So they'll check it down. Caller limpers check it down all the way. You know what I'm saying? They're scared to raise, they're scared, they give free cards away, everything like that. The only reason I lost at Canterbury the other day was because I miscalculated how I played. You know what I'm saying? I shoved all in on an aggressor, and the aggressor's always calling me. You know what I'm saying? An aggressor can slow play the mixer. But a mixer can never slow play an aggressor. Do you understand me? When the aggressor's in the hand, the mixer must fold. But when the aggressor's not in the hand, when the aggressor is not in the hand, the mixer will win. And when the mixer is not in the hand, nor the aggressor, the caller limpers will win. That's how it is. The aggressor will always win the pot. Then the mixer, then the caller limper. So what you want to be doing is you want to be the aggressor the most often, then the mixer, then the caller limper. And this is also the thing I want to say. Never call someone all in. Never call a person all in. You understand? Even when you're the aggressor. You understand me? Never call someone all in, even when you're the aggressor. Believe me. You understand? Never call people all in, regardless of if you think they're bluffing or not. You understand? Because most of the time, or 99.99% of the time, they're not bluffing. You know? They got something when they push all in. You understand? Because they're not going to risk their tournament life pushing all in with nothing. You understand? But some of that little small percentage will push all in. You understand? They'll push all in on nothing. You understand? And they'll win the pot. But you don't be that one. You understand? You be the person who shoves with the nuts. You shove with the nuts all the time. Not when you got nothing. You understand? So the only reason I lost in that hand when I shoved all in was because the other guy was the aggressor and I was a mixer. That's why I need to pay attention to the game. Do you understand me? I need to pay attention to the game, especially when I'm in the hand. When I'm in the hand, I need to know who raised pre-flop. I need to know all the time who raised pre-flop. And now, do I enter the pot when the aggressor's in the hand? When the aggressor's in the hand, do I enter the pot? I have to, listen to me, I have to enter the pot. You understand? I must enter the pot as a caller limper against an aggressor. You understand? And what I can do with the aggressor, you understand, is I can call to the river and then push all in on the river. You understand? But never against the aggressor. So never shove all in when the aggressor's in the hand. Never shove all in when the aggressor's in the hand. Only shove all in when there's another mixer against a mixer, or when there's a mixer and a caller limper. Only ever shove all in when there's a mixer and caller limper in the hand. Do you understand? Not when there's an aggressor in the hand. Do you understand? Because what the aggressor can do is they can slow play you. You understand? An aggressor can slow play and play any kind of way. As long as they're the aggressor, they can play any kind of way they want. And it doesn't change. You understand? What changes is when the aggressor folds, then you're the mixer and there is another mixer in the hand. That's when you shove all in on the mixer, not on the aggressor. So I was right to shove all in on the caller limper here, but not on the aggressor. You understand? Because the aggressor was in the hand. That's why I always pay attention to who raised pre-flop. And always ask who raised pre-flop. You understand? And know who's the mixer on the hand, and know who the mixer is in the hand, and know who the aggressor is in the hand. There could be an aggressor, a mixer, and a caller limper, and you also here, caller limping, for example. And now you have to realize, when there's an aggressor in the hand, can the caller limper call to the river? The caller limper can call to the river. But if the aggressor is in the hand, raising all the way, you will lose that hand. Because you don't want to be pushing all in on the aggressor. Never push all in on the aggressor anywhere in the hand. You understand? Anywhere on the board, never push all in against the person who raised you pre-flop. But what you can do is push all in on an aggressor pre-flop. You understand? So let's say what happens is always there's only one aggressor in the hand. Okay, there's one aggressor in the hand. There's one caller limper in the hand, and there's one mixer in the hand. This is always. There's always like that. There's always one aggressor, 1 mixer, and 1 caller limper in the hand. You understand? And you have to realize it's usually one of each. You understand? Usually one of each, sometimes one-on-one. You understand? When it's one-on-one, both can be caller limpers. One can be the mixer, or one can be an aggressor. You understand? So pay attention to who's raising pre-flop. Pay attention to who's raising who on the flop. And pay attention to who's calling on the flop or on the board. You understand? That's all you do. Never push all in on the aggressor. Push all in on the mixer. And push all in on the caller limper. And push all in on someone who wants to be an aggressor pre-flop. That's what you need to do.